Let me ask you a question. How much risk is too much risk for your project? If you can't answer that question, then we need to have a simple conversation about risk appetite. But don't worry if you couldn't answer it. You're not alone. I've coached and worked with plenty of project managers who couldn't actually answer this question. Luckily, though, it's not a hard topic to actually grasp. But do me a favor. Let me know in the comments if you actually know your company's risk appetite. And if you do, how'd you figure it out? Who'd you talk to? What was your procedures? I'm interested to know. And if you don't know your organization's risk appetite, then let's fix that today in this video. Let's start with the first question you need to ask yourself. What is risk appetite? Risk appetite is nothing more than how much a risk your organization or sponsor is willing to take in pursuit of your project's value and goals. This shouldn't just be a gut feeling that someone makes. This needs to be a legit decision because it's going to impact decision making in the future. Risk appetite for you as the PM, it is going to tell you which risks are okay to take, which ones need attention, and which ones you need to stay away from entirely. Because risk appetite, it's part mindset, it's part policy. And for my PMI-RMP crowd out there, it's central to implementing risk management in your companies. It helps you determine your thresholds. It informs the escalation triggers that you're going to have with your stakeholders. And it varies across organizations, across different projects. It is not standard day by day. Every company, every project, every resource, they're all going to have a different risk appetite associated to your project and where you're going to meet your goals. And if you as the project manager don't know your organization's risk appetite, you're forcing yourself to walk on eggshells with your risks when there's a clear path off to the left or right of you. Don't put the unnecessary stress on yourself by not understanding this key, simple concept. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video so far. If so, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell over there for notifications on future videos just like this one. All right. Now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, why does risk appetite actually matter? Well, let me give you 3 quick reasons why you need to care about risk management. First up, it provides clarity for you as the PM. When you know what's acceptable for your risk management, you move faster, you move more deliberately to your objective. You're never second guessing your decisions. And number 2, you have alignment because you're not just delivering a project, you're helping fulfill a strategy for your organization. And risk appetite ensures that your risk responses meet the larger picture of your organization, that business acumen that I talked about in last week's video. And reason 3, time management. You're going to stop wasting time on effort, resources, and other aspects when the risk associated to them doesn't matter or it's too high for you to deal with anyways, so you might as well respond to it appropriately. Knowing your risk appetite allows you to align your focus with what matters, all while keeping your mind clear and focused on the goal of the project. Now, applying this can be a different story. It's simple, so let me give you some practical advice on how you can apply this in your projects right away. First up, make sure you document your risk appetite. Don't just assume people got it. Just because you talked about it in the latest status meeting doesn't mean that people are actually grasping what it means and how it impacts them. Instead, ask questions, clarify what you mean to your team, and write it down. Send it out. We have a low appetite for safety risks. 0 tolerance for anything when it involves safety. That way they know if something pops up that's safety-wise, they need to escalate. They need to address it right there on the spot. or something like there's a reasonable appetite for budget overruns up to 8%. Now you're aligned. Your compass has you moving forward when you don't have to worry about a 5% overrun. You know that your boss has an 8% appetite, so you don't actually have to stress about it yet. And tip 2, make sure you're revisiting it. Just like your risk register and other aspects of your project plan, appetite changes, projects evolve, and so will your risk lens around risk appetite for your stakeholders. So make sure you're reviewing it regularly. Have those conversations with your stakeholders, and don't just hope that it works out that what everyone thought was good last month is going to be the same today, because it's not quite how it's going to work. Priorities change, regulations come into effect. Business areas are going to create different impacts on the appetite your stakeholders are willing to take on your project's deliverables. So just make sure that you're continuously following up during those weekly, monthly touch points you have with those key stakeholders. And tip 3, go deeper into the subject. If you're studying for the PMP or the RMP, you want to go beyond this video. In my courses, I talk about topics like risk appetite, risk tolerance, and risk thresholds for your projects. And I give you the information that you can use not just on your exams, but also in your projects afterwards. Just check the link down in the description for a link to my calendar, so that way you can see the upcoming courses I have on project management and risk management and leadership. And remember, risk appetite defines how far your organization is willing to go around risks. It's going to help you make better decisions, and it's going to change. So make sure you're updating it, because understanding risk appetite is going to get you one step closer to risk mastery. And if you want another key topic to help you increase your proficiency in risk management, make sure you check out my video here on the difference between risks and issues. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel below. 44 Risk PM out.